In section 8.1, we'll be talking about the ellipse. Standard forms of the equation of an ellipse with a center at 0, 0. The standard form of the equation of an ellipse with center 0, 0 and a major axis on the x-axis. Now, in order for us to be able to tell, here's our x squared over a squared plus y squared over b squared, which is equal to 1, where a is greater than b. So if we take a look at x squared and y squared, if the value of a squared, which is the denominator of x squared, is greater than the value of the denominator for y squared, which is b squared, then we can say that the major axis is going to be on the x-axis because that denominator is bigger than the denominator for the y squared. Now, we also know that the length of the major axis is going to be 2a. We know the coordinates of the vertices are plus or minus a, 0. The length of the minor axis is 2b. The coordinates of the co-vertices are 0 plus or minus b. The coordinates of the foci are plus or minus c, 0, where c squared is equal to a squared minus b squared. And the standard form of the equation of an ellipse with center 0, 0 and major x-axis on the y-axis is x squared over b squared plus y squared over a squared, which is equal to 1. So what happens here is when the major axis is on the y-axis, that means a squared is underneath y squared, which means that the value of the denominator underneath y squared is bigger than the denominator under x squared. So we're still going to have a is greater than b. The length of the major axis is 2a. Now the coordinates of the vertices are now going to be located in the y coordinate, so it's 0 plus or minus a. The length of the minor axis is 2b. The coordinates of the co-vertices are going to be plus or minus b, 1, because b now corresponds to the x coordinate. And the coordinates of the foci are 0 plus or minus c, which is in the y coordinate, because the foci always has the same similar y or x coordinates as the vertices, where c squared is going to equal a squared minus b squared. Now note that the vertices, co-vertices, and the foci are related by the equation c squared, which is equal to a squared minus b squared. When we are given the coordinates of the foci and vertices of an ellipse, we can use this relationship to find the equation of the ellipse in standard form. So now if we take a look at the figure on the left, this is a horizontal ellipse with center 0, 0 because the major axis is larger than the minor axis. So the major axis has vertices and foci located on the x coordinates and the y coordinate is 0. The minor axis has x coordinates of 0 and y coordinates of b, negative b. So the formula for this is x squared over a squared plus y squared over b squared is equal to 1. On the figure on the right hand side, we can see now that the major axis is the y-axis, which is larger than the minor axis. And if you look at the major axis, now the vertices and the foci have now the y coordinates of a, c, and negative c, where x coordinates are 0. On the minor axis, we can see that the y values of 0 with x coordinates negative b and b, and that formula is going to be x squared over b squared plus y squared over a squared, which is equal to 1.